think what we've learned from designing the Evija really is we formed our views of what the new design language is. And obviously we'll adapt that for Emira in the most appropriate way, basically. So some of the things which are really key is getting the proportions right. We want the cabin hunkered down between the wheel arches, so you get these really muscular haunches on the vehicle, almost like the shoulders on a big cat, something like that. So the car's really planted on the road. We want to have very soft, fluid surface language with some really crisp lines on the surface as well, so that you've got this juxtaposition of the soft and hard. And we want everything to be really shrink wrapped around the mechanicals as well, because our cars are all about the driving experience, agility, etc. And we want to express that in the form, so we want something that looks very athletic and agile. And of course aerodynamics is really important to us as well. So we've obviously interpreted the car-by-air aerodynamic philosophies of Evija, but done it in an appropriate way for a car that's in the class that the Emira is in. Technology in the design process is really important. We sort of combine very classical techniques like hand modelling clay together with very modern techniques. So we also machine clay using 5-axis milling machines, but of course we've got computer technology, we use VR, and we use full screen projection as well. So part of the process that you'll see around the studio is that we'll be designing the car on the computer, we'll be viewing it on a large format screen, 4 meters inside. We'll be immersing ourselves into virtual reality as well. And really having all those different tools just really helps us. It helps improve the quality of the car because we can get into looking at the assembly of panels, looking at all the gaps, all the see-through conditions to make sure all that looks perfect and is really good quality. So we do that all in combination with the physical model, but at the start of the process that's really important. And then the digital phase remains all the way through to us releasing the final data, and we tune that data to get perfect highlights on it, perfect gapping, make sure, as I say, there's no gaps where you can look through and see something you wouldn't want to do. What we set out to do is we're always trying to do something that is thrilling. We are all about performance, so the product has to thrill you, has to excite you. No one buys a sports car for rational reasons. They have to be seduced into buying it through the emotion of the product. We want the product to be beautiful as well. We want something that stays attractive in the market for a long period of time, so it's got to be beautiful and glamorous as well. It has to be ingenious. We have to try new things in there, adapt technologies in a new manner, because we're all about looking forward. It has to be memorable as well. There's lots of great vehicles out there, so we have to find things that are distinctive. So for example, on the back of the Evija, the way that we do the rear lights, the Venturi tunnels, the way they exit the vehicle, you know, that's something that people remember and it's something to talk about. And then at the end of it as well, you know, it has to also be recognisable as a Lotus. So that's how we think when we're doing a design language.
I first jumped into a Lotus Elise back in 1997 when I just started driving, and it was pretty bare, it was pretty sparse in there. There was a seat, 3 pedals of steering wheel and a gear stick, but now it's proper plush in the Emira. You know, the leather seats with the bolstered leather seats, the infotainment system, and obviously most importantly the cup holders.
What we wanted to do was get an environment. So you've still got the feel of driving a Lotus. It's for the drivers. Everything's simple. Everything's where you need it. But you've got the luxury. People, you want your phone to connect when you get in the car. You want it to be simple controls. So that's what we've achieved with it.
If everything goes to plan, and I like it as much as I like the look of it, if I like the driving experience, hopefully I'll be on the wait list.
Excellent. I'll hold you to that. So we got a deal, and we'll talk about that later on.
Thanks. This engine just roars. It sounds wonderful. Lotus engineers and aerodynamicists have worked really hard on the Emira and been able to produce quite a lot of downforce for such a small car. So it gives it a lot of grip in these high-speed, mid-speed corners. It gives you confidence to push the car a little bit harder. It just holds the road so well. It's light, it's nimble, and it's comfortable. A completely different beast. What can I say? Wow. Every time I drive a Lotus, I love that mechanical grip that it gives you. But now you even have that in the high-speed corners. They've worked really hard with the aerodynamics on the Emira. And you're doing it in such a luxurious place as well. This interior is so plush. A lot of the time in a sports car, they're fantastic to drive. You enjoy driving them, but you don't want to do long distances in them. But in here, I'm so comfy. My takeaways from today, a big step forward for Lotus. This car is a very, very important car. And this is really going to shape the company for the future. I'm not done driving it yet.